Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today we're going to talk about the 5 stocks that I have bought last week. So I'll go through the companies that I've been buying and just to keep that transparency up so you kind of know what I've been buying, what I've been selling, no stock sold, only buying last week, and I'll go through all of these. By the time you guys probably see this, I'm guessing that Alibaba and Corsair earnings have come out. At the moment they haven't come out, but by the time this video gets rendered, edited, uploaded, it's about a 5-hour process. So by the time this has all gone up, I'm guessing you guys see them earnings. So if there's any big moves and you're thinking, why am I not talking about it? It's because I don't know that happened. Or if there's not been any big news, then we'll just totally skip past it and pretend that I didn't just say what I just said. But we're going to go on to these stocks that I bought. If you do want to have real-time updates when I am buying or selling the companies, make sure you join the Patreon. The link is in the description. I post on there when I'm buying or selling the company, buying or selling companies in real time on there. But we'll go through the 5 stocks that I bought. I'll try to spend a minute or two on them. Sometimes when I do these videos, I have questions like, oh, that's not a really bull case. Why are you buying these companies? This is just a quick flick through, minute or two on why I'm buying them, with a mini bit of update about what's going on with the company. If you want a full video, I've got a full video on, I believe, every single company that will be on this list. But enough of that, we'll take a look at the companies that I was buying last week. So number one, the only UK company on this list, which was Boohoo. As you probably know, Boohoo had a rough week last week. It just getting dragged down more and more. And yeah, I bought some because of it being on the dip, and I'm still up like 10%, but I thought I'll buy a bit more on this dip and see where it goes really. If it goes much lower, that's where I'll buy again. So I'm not really interested in buying right now. It has to go below my average. My average is around about £2.45-ish. So it needs to come down a little bit more than where it is right now, and then I'll consider buying them. What I am kind of buying with Boohoo is where I'm considering whatever I buy now, these little jumps it has here after a dip, I'm hoping this has a little bit of a jump and I'll probably take my profit from here. So the shares I'm actually buying now are not long-term shares. I'm kind of just waiting for it to get to about £3.50, then I will sell them. But yeah, I thought I'd buy it a little bit when it's on the dip, and now I'll just have patience and see if it goes much lower, because when it normally has this bad news like this, it does bleed out for a couple of like weeks. So I'm hoping this causes another bleed out for a couple of weeks and then I go buy some. So yeah, I bought some Boohoo, and that will probably be it unless we see another 10 to 20% drop. So yeah, I did top up the Boohoo position. Next up was Alibaba. So as you know, last week was a very big bloodbath in the Chinese stocks. It was just news after news that kind of kept pressing them down. And if you look at Alibaba, especially on the Tuesday, which is the day I actually bought, we did have Alibaba down about the $180 range, and I bought some. Obviously this was a big massive drop, obviously it's bounced back since then. It might drop back down again. Obviously you guys will probably know if it's gone up or down after earnings probably by the time you see this video, yeah, down at the 180 was pretty good. If it goes down there again, which it could do, especially when all this negativity is out there with Chinese stocks, and it keeps going down for pretty much no reason that is Alibaba's fault. Obviously there was the education problems, and then there was a Tencent and the monopoly they had. But once again, I'm looking at Alibaba. Does it really affect Alibaba? Not really. So yeah, I think I've got a really good company here at a 23p ratio. So I buy a little bit of Alibaba as well last week. Number 3, another Chinese company, because of the Chinese companies being absolutely killed off the last few days or last few weeks, and last week once again on the Tuesday I'd buy a little bit more Huya. It's actually my worst performing stock in the stock market portfolio. I'm currently down probably around about 30% right now. So yeah, it is the worst stock in the stock market portfolio, and I'm not losing faith for the company. I'm still very bullish on the company, because I still think it's crazy that we're down at like a $12 stock here, 22p ratio. You've got the leader here of the streaming, the gaming streaming, the equivalent to the Chinese Twitch, and the Chinese economy is massive. The growth in that economy for this area is going to be huge, and yeah, I think we've got a company with a really good balance sheet. I think it's got enough cash. I think its cash is half of its market cap that it's currently got on, which is absolutely insane. And yeah, the growth's good, profit growth is really good, and to be back down at $12 is just nuts. Like, this is the lowest it's ever been. Like, even it didn't even IPO at $12 back 3 years ago, which is just it's just nuts, isn't it? So yeah, I'm being really careful with here now because it is coming a bit of a big position, and I just don't want to keep buying a falling knife all the time and make it a massive position. That's the only thing I'm being really careful of. But you know, even though I'm down 30%, I've still got a lot of faith in it. I still believe in the company, and quite often, you know, the companies that I've been down like 20-30% on normally turn out to be my best positions in the long term. Yeah, you know, the likes of Tesla, before it went up 1,000%, I was down 20-30% on that one. Pinterest, before I was up 300% on that one, I was down, you know, 20-30% on. Revolve, that I was down 20-30% on. You know, I made 100% profit, and I should have held that for a little bit longer than what I did, and that would have been another 300% on that one. But I took a nice 100% profit. You know, all them sort of companies that, you know, it's a common thing for me to go down on a few companies 20-30% in the short term, but it's all about the long term, and I still believe in this one in the long term. So yeah, picked a little bit more shares up in here. And Gnog, a few guys seem to be asking for a bit more of a full video on these guys again. It'd probably be best just to wait for earnings, which I think will probably be another 2 or 3 weeks yet. But yeah, judging by Gang's numbers, and we'll probably have even a better idea with DraftKings numbers on Friday. Once again, I picked some shares up on some Gnog. Really do like this company around $11. I think to be back down at like SPAC prices after the fantastic year it's had is kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm picking a little bit of Gnog up when I can, and just trying to get that average down a little bit. I'm not down too much on this one. I think I'm only down like 6% on this one, but I'm just nibbling now and then because I don't want to. I'm trying to spread it quite evenly between Gang, Gnog, and DraftKings, but I think that, you know, the whole sector has major growth. And last but certainly not least is Corsair. So on Tuesday, again, I picked up some more Corsair. Now obviously, once again, a bit time sensitive because obviously me recording this video right now, you guys kind of know, probably, well, most of you probably know their actual earnings. So the stock might have moved up, it might have moved down since I last bought it. If it's moved up, I look a genius. If it moves down, I will then consider picking up some more shares because I still really like this one. I think to be sitting down at an 18p ratio right now is fantastic for a company that, if you look at the 2019 was still very strong with like 20-30% revenue growth. We've got a lot of profit growth right now as well, and people are kind of sleeping on this one because they think, oh, you know, this is Corsair, a gaming stock that, you know, only benefited from the CV situation, but still is still pulling out some pretty decent numbers, even without the before the CV situation, and I reckon it'll still bring out some really good numbers after the CV situation. But hey, I won't talk about it too much because I feel like I'll probably be talking about their earnings in a few hours time. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But I am considering making, while Corsair's down here at this sort of valuation, I do really like it, and I am considering it now coming a very big position in my portfolio. So yeah, we'll see what happens right there. But I won't speak about it too much because like I say, there'll probably be a few earnings out that might change a few things in the next kind of few hours anyway. So yeah, those are the 5 stocks I bought. I tried to keep it a bit more brief today rather than rambling on and wasting a lot of your time through the day. I think like the last few videos I've kind of been doing, they've kind of been going to like 15-20 minutes long, and sometimes I don't know if that's a bit too long and people are like, all right Jacob, we get the point, shut up now, we want to go watch another video. So yeah, trying to keep it a bit more, this one under around about the 10-minute mark. So hopefully that is all okay, and if this video was useful, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.